So, for today, I'm going to be talking about the microbial link to Alzheimer's, and my name is Kirsten Titus. Just a little background before we get started on the microbial link part is what exactly is Alzheimer's? It's the progressive mental deterioration. This often can occur in middle to old age people. Most of the time, it affects your memory, language, and your thinking skills. There are nearly 6 million Americans that suffer from Alzheimer's, and more often it is women that suffer from Alzheimer's than men. Just a few facts about Alzheimer's. Some symptoms can start as early as 30, but most of these symptoms often go unnoticed. It is the sixth leading cause of death in the United States. The life expectancy after diagnosis is generally 10 years. However, it can be as short as 3 years, or you can live up to 20 years after being diagnosed. Often treatments help mask the symptoms, but there is no cure. Just a few symptoms of Alzheimer's is you regularly repeat questions, asking the same question over and over within a span of like 10 to 15 minutes. You have difficulty doing everyday tasks. Often you have trouble following storylines. Usually you have trouble finding/remembering where you put things, such as like keys and your phone, things like that. Then often you get lost. You have difficulty focusing on one thing or mood swings. Now keep in mind, all of these symptoms aren't just things that happen once or twice. These generally happen multiple times within an hour, very often throughout the day. Alright, so now to get started with microbial link. Most scientists think that germs, these are caused by germs. They very much believe that the same germs that cause gum disease and cold sores are what causes Alzheimer's. Generally, this is caused from the buildup of beta amyloid, and this beta amyloid is produced within the intestinal flora. Studies are being done with drugs that target the P. gingivalis, and they believe that this is the same germ that causes gum disease and cold sores. This P. gingivalis has been found in the brain of many Alzheimer's patients. Here you can see a healthy brain and an Alzheimer's diseased brain. So if you look in the healthy brain, you see the cerebral cortex, which is responsible for language and information processing. And then if you look in the Alzheimer's disease brain, you see that the cerebral cortex is shriveled up and damaged. And so this is where you get the symptoms of not being able to remember things, getting lost sometimes, different things like that. So then you can also see that the ventricles are a lot larger in the Alzheimer's diseased brain. This is because they fill up with the cerebrospinal fluid. Then you can also see the hippocampus. In the healthy brain, the hippocampus is a lot bigger. And this is the part that is helps with the formation of new memories. So when you see the symptom of has asked the same questions over and over, has trouble remembering things, this is from where the hippocampus shrinks. There's also thought to be a link between the herpes virus and Alzheimer's. In some Alzheimer's patients, there's an increase of herpes virus 6A and 7. This is often called HHV-6A or HHV-7. It is also thought that chlamydia pneumonia is thought to play a role in the Alzheimer's. Also, scientists believe that Alzheimer's starts with a disruption when a microbiome falls out of balance. They believe that taming the right microbes could make it possible to stay mentally fit as you age. Keeping your gut microbes in check will not only help prevent Alzheimer's, but increase your overall health. So like I said earlier, the beta amylase grows in your intestinal flora, so keeping the intestinal flora healthy will help prevent that beta amylase from growing. Scientists also believe that you should eat a diet with high nutrients that is rich in fiber, because the fiber helps the healthy bacteria flourish, which again will help prevent that beta amylase from growing. So in this picture, you can see a healthy neuron and a diseased neuron on the left, and a healthy brain and an Alzheimer's disease brain on the right. See, in the healthy neuron, you can see the dendrite axon in the microtubules, and then you see the tau protein helping keep those microtubules very strong. In the diseased neuron, you see the amyloid plaque that is making the microtubules fall apart, break apart, and they basically just start degenerating. In a healthy brain, you can see the cerebral cortex compared to the Alzheimer's cerebral cortex, and you see that it is a lot smaller in the Alzheimer's disease brain. You can also see that the ventricles are severely enlarged, and once again, that is from the cerebrospinal fluid. You can also see that the hippocampus has shrunk as well. So just a little recap on everything we talked about. Basically, Alzheimer's is the progressive mental deterioration. Often this disease can occur to middle to old age, but generally most symptoms are noticed in the old age or get worse as you age. Sometimes these symptoms can include repeating questions, having trouble remembering things, getting lost, placing things where they don't go. This is thought to be caused by P. gingivalis, which is the gum/cold sore disease. Also caused by the herpes virus 6A/herpes virus 7. It is also thought that Alzheimer's is caused by chlamydia pneumonia. There is a high fiber diet will help good bacteria flourish, and Alzheimer's mainly affects the cerebral cortex, the ventricles inside of the brain, and the hippocampus, which is all part of the memory and learning things and your cognitive function. Just want to thank you guys for listening. Have a great day.